Hello students, let us continue chapter 14 Electric Current and its Effects. In the previous class, we discussed about filament of an electric bulb, and we also learned that if large current passes through the wire, it may become hot and the wire may melt and break. So here we were asked that is it possible for a wire to melt and break, and I told you that we will find out this by performing activity 14.4. Make the circuit we used for activity 14.3 again. However, replace the cell with a battery of 4 cells. Also, in place of the nichrome wire, tie a thin strand of steel wool. The steel wool is commonly used for cleaning utensils and is available in grocery shops. If there are any fans in the room, switch them off. Now, pass the current through the circuit for some time. Observe the strand of steel wool carefully. Note what happens. Does the strand of steel wool melt and break? For performing this activity, you require a thin strand of steel wool, a battery of 4 cells, electric switch, 2 nails, a piece of thermocol sheets. Now all these are the materials we required for performing activity 14.3, except the fact that we will be replacing the nichrome wire with a strand of steel wool. So firstly, you need to take a strand of steel wool that is commonly used for cleaning utensils and place it in the place of nichrome wire we used in the previous activity. You need to switch off any fans in the room and then pass current through the circuit. After that, you need to observe the strand of steel wool. When you do so, you can observe that after some time, the strand of steel wool melts and it breaks. Wires made from some special materials melt quickly and break when large electric currents are passed through them. These wires are used for making electric fuses, figure 14.14. In all buildings, fuses are inserted in all electric circuits. There is a maximum limit on the current which can safely flow through a circuit. If by accident the current exceeds the safe limit, the wires may become overheated and may cause fire. If a proper fuse is there in the circuit, it will blow off and break the circuit, and fuse is thus a safety device which prevents damage to electrical circuits and possible fires. Now we know that the steel wool we used in the previous activity melted and broke. The reason for this was large electric current passing through it. So similarly, there are wires that are made from some special material that melt quickly and break when large electric currents are passed through them. Such wires are used for making electric fuses. In the electric circuits we find in buildings, fuses are inserted. With this, a limit can be set on the maximum amount of current that can flow through the circuit. So, this is a safe limit, and this ensures that more than desired quantity of current will not flow through the circuit. But suppose by accident, if the safe limit is exceeded, the wires will melt as large electric current are passed through them, and this will break down the flow of current in the circuit because the circuit is now open, and because of this, damages that are caused due to electrical circuits and even fires can be prevented. So, we have used the fuse as a safety device. That is, the fuse is thus a safety device which prevents damages to electrical circuits and possible fires. Fuses of different kinds are used for different purposes. Figure 14.14 shows fuses used in our houses. Fuses shown in figure 14.15 are generally used in electrical appliances. So, different kinds of fuses are used for different purposes. Here in figure 14.14, we are given the fuse that are used in buildings, that are used in our houses, while here in figure 14.15, we can see fuses that are used in electrical appliances. Caution: never try to investigate an electric fuse connected to mains circuit on your own. You may, however, visit an electric repair shop and compare the burnt out fuses with the new ones. So what are we given in this caution? That you should never investigate the electric fuse that are connected to the main circuit in your building or at your house on your own. This can be very dangerous when there is power supply on. So if you need to find out more about electric fuses, you can visit a shop, an electric repair shop, and you can compare the fuses that are burned out. That means इन fuses में जो wire है वो melt हो चुका होगा. इन fuses को आप new fuses के साथ compare कर सकते हो and you can find out the difference between both the fuses. One reason for excessive currents in electric circuits is the direct touching of wires. This may happen if the insulation on the wires has come off due to wear and tear. This may cause a short circuit. Another reason for excessive current can be the connection of many devices to a single socket. This may cause overload in the circuit. You might have read reports in newspapers about fires caused by short circuits and overloads. So here in this paragraph, we are given the reason for excessive currents. So one of the reason is the direct touching of wires that are present in the electric circuits. Now what happens is, you might have seen a wire and you know that there are insulation around the wire. Now this is to prevent direct touching of the wires. But what happens is, over time and after usage of the wire, there is wear and tear and the insulation come off the wires. Because of this, there is direct touching of wires and this may cause in the short circuit. Now this is one of the reason. The other reason is, many devices are connected to a single socket. Now because of this, there is overload in the circuit. So you might have read about short circuits and overloads in newspapers and that they have caused fires. These days, miniature circuit breakers, MCBs, are increasingly being used in place of fuses. These are switches which automatically turn off when current in the circuit exceeds the safe limit. You can turn them on and the circuit is once again complete. Look for the ISI mark on MCBs also. Here in figure 14.16, you are given miniature circuit breaker, that is the MCB. Now, a miniature circuit breaker or MCB is generally used instead of fuses. A fuse breaks due to excessive current so that the circuit opens up and the damage can be prevented. However, once a fuse breaks down, it cannot be used again. On the other hand, MCB is a switch which turns off automatically, that is on its own, when the circuit overloads. So once the problem in the circuit is solved, rectified, we can switch on the MCB once again. So MCBs can be used again and again because it is a switch. On the other hand, fuses cannot. So nowadays we are using miniature circuit breakers instead of fuses. Caution: always use proper fuses which have been specified for particular appliances carrying ISI mark. Never use just any wire or strip of metal in place of a fuse. We already know that the fuse is a safety device, so we should use proper fuses that are certified and those are carrying ISI mark. So any wire or just a strip of metal should not be used in place of a fuse. This is the caution you need to follow. We observed the heating effect of the electric current and learned how we use it to our advantage. Does the electric current have other effects also? So, till now we have discussed about heating effect of electric current, and by understanding the usage of fuse, which is a safety device, we have already learned how we have used the heating effect of electric current for our safety and advantage. Now here we are asked that does the electric current have other effects also? The answer to this question is yes. With this, let us discuss the other effect of electric current, which is magnetic effect of electric current. Activity 14.5. Take the cardboard tray from inside a discarded matchbox. Wrap an electric wire a few times around the cardboard tray. Place a small compass needle inside it. Now, connect the free ends of this wire to an electric cell through a switch as shown in figure 14.17. Note the direction in which the compass needle is pointing. Bring a bar magnet near the compass needle. Observe what happens. Now, while watching the compass needle carefully, move the switch to the on position. What do you observe? Does the compass needle deflect? Move the switch back to the off position. Does the compass needle come back to its initial position? Repeat the experiment a few times. What does the experiment indicate? For performing this activity, you require a discarded matchbox, electric wire, electric cell, electric bulb, electric switch and a compass needle. So first of all, you need to take the cardboard tray that we can see inside the discarded matchbox, and around this cardboard tray, you need to wrap an electric wire. Wrap the few rounds of this wire and place a small compass needle inside it. Next, the free ends of this wire that we have wrapped around the cardboard, like so, it is shown in figure 14.17. The free ends of this wire should be connected to an electric cell through a switch, just like it is shown in figure. We need to know the direction in which the compass needle is pointing. After that, you need to bring a bar magnet near the needle and observe. While observing, you need to turn the switch to the on position. When you do so, you can observe that the compass needle shows deflection from its original position. That is, when a bar magnet is brought near it, the compass shows deflection, that is, it changes its original position. Also, when electric current is passed through the circuit, the compass needle gets deflected from its original position. When the switch is turned off, the electric current stops flowing through the circuit and the compass needle comes to rest, that is, in the original position. Which will be the original position? It is the north-south direction. We know that the needle of a compass is a tiny magnet which points in north-south direction. When we bring a magnet close to it, the needle gets deflected. We have also seen that compass needle gets deflected when the current flows in a nearby wire. Can you connect the two observations? When the current flows through a wire, does the wire behave like a magnet? This is what a scientist called Hans Christian Ørsted, shown in figure 14.18, also wondered. He was the first person who noticed the deflection of compass needle every time the current was passed through the wire. So, when electric current passes through a wire, it behaves like a magnet. This is the magnetic effect of the electric current. In fact, an electric current can be used to make magnets. Do you find it too surprising? Let us try it out. The first person who noticed the deflection of the compass needle when current was passed through it was the scientist Hans Christian Ørsted. From this activity, we can conclude that when electric current passes through a wire in electric circuit, there is deflection in the nearby compass needle. Now this is because the electric wire behaves like a magnet when electric current is passed through it. So this effect is known as the magnetic effect of the electric current, and using this effect we can make magnets. This magnet is known as the electromagnet, and we will study about the electromagnet in detail in the next class.